Hey everybody, we are going to be working on the cross section today. So let's take a look at what's going on. So we're at DDP period 4 gold, but all the design classes are the same. So this will work for everybody. Let's go over to classwork here. Here's the cross section assignment. And if you remember in class, we talked about the different types of drawings that are sections. But with all that going on, why don't we go ahead and work on this drawing today. So this is going to be assignment number 10A, section drawing. We're going to do all of these, but let's start out with this and see how long it takes. We might do it in different parts. All right, so why don't we keep that up so we can see it. Let's go over to AutoCAD here. And here we have our template. This is mine, template 2020 Verdisco. You will have your own. What I've done is I've saved as and called it cross section 2020. And again, we're going to put all of the drawings in one document here. So we need to start with the front view. We are provided with this isometric, but we're going to be doing a front and a top view at the very least. Let's see what we need to do that. Let's start out with this line right here. We're going to do the front view as an orthographic 3.75. So let's get the line tool. By the way, we're on the 0 layer. We're just going to do the whole thing on the 0 layer. And we could pick anywhere. Let's just start drawing. So we said that was going to be 3.75. All right, so there's our first line. Now, we could either do this line or we could do this line. Doesn't matter. Let's do this one. So let's look for a measurement right there, 0.75. Let's go ahead and put that line in. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put this line in here. That would be right there. That is 1. And we come over 1.25. Now we need to go up. So we need the measurement on that one. It was up 1. Now we come straight over 0.75. Oop, that little pop-up came up, but right here, see it says 0.75 right there. Now, I think I remember this correctly. We should be able to connect these two lines to get the angle from here to here. Yes. So that's going to be this whole profile right here. All right, so let's go ahead and put that in. I could turn the ortho off if I want to connect it. There we go. Now we've got to draw this part where it kind of juts out a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. It says it's 1.25 straight up, and then it just connects. All right, so 1.25. So let's get the line tool. Go right here. Let's turn the ortho back on. 1.25. Now we should be able to go evenly, connect right to there. Perfect. All right, so what do we have now? We've got this hole and we've got this hole. And we've got this hole. Now, in an advanced drawing, you would actually use a dotted line and show this through. But this is real basic stuff we're doing here. So we're not worrying about this hole right now. But these are clearly visible from the outside view, right? This would be done with hidden lines. But this is beginner stuff, so we're not going to worry about that right now. All right, so we've got to locate where those circles go. So first of all, we got to find someplace that's telling us the diameter of it. Saying it's a diameter of 0.5 times 2, which means there's 2 of them. And the center of it is located for this one, 3.75 this way and 0.5 this way. So the first thing is let's go ahead and go to the diameter tool, and let's make a circle that is 0.5. And let's copy that because we're going to need 2 of them. All right, now let's put that location in. So for me, with this level of drawing, the easiest thing to do is to offset it and create crosshairs. So let's get the offset tool. It wants to know what the distance is. So first thing we're going to do is 0.5, and we're going to 0.5 distance this one here. Then we're going to call it up again, and it was 1.5. So we'll go ahead and offset that over 1.5. Now we've got crosshairs. Simply take the move tool and drop this from the center onto here. Now we go ahead and get rid of those temporary lines, and we're good to go on that. Of course, I'm saving as I go. Don't forget, I did, but now I won't. Now, if we look at where this one goes over here, you'll see it's 0.5 in each direction. So let's go ahead and grab this tool and excuse me, let's offset that by 0.5 here and here. And there's our crosshairs. So let's simply get the move tool, just like that. Grab the circle from the center and drop it right on top there. All right, let's get rid of the guidelines so we don't get confused. And we save. And I think we have a completed view from the front here, what we're calling the front view. Let's just double check every line. And again, this is a hidden, it's a hole. It's called a mortise hole. The mortise, and if something went in there to fit, it would be called a tenon, mortise and tenon. So, all right, we're going to skip that because we're going with real basics. Now, we've got to see what it looks like when we split in half, and at that point, you will be seeing this. So let's take a look here. All right, first thing is we need to go ahead and copy this. The whole thing gets copied. And we're going to bring it down. Okay, now we're going to keep that for later because that's going to be our cross section. But let's take a look at what the top view would look like, and let's draw that in now. All right, so let's use the guidelines. Whoops, that big. Let's throw up a couple of rays here. Change the color so we know that we're working with rays. Here and here for the absolute width of it, from here to here. But then we need this measurement from here to here, and it says it's a distance of 2. Let's box the whole thing out because it's 2, and then we'll worry about this piece down the middle. All right, so let's switch back to let's just go by layer. We're on layer 0, and let's just kind of eyeball. Actually, let's do it official here. Let's use the offset tool. Let's see what 2 inches looks like here. We're going to offset this line by 2. I'd say that's too far. Let's go ahead and delete that. Let's try 1.5. So we'll offset 1.5, and now let's offset this. That looks like a better distance. We need to complete this all the way to the line, so let's go to extend, and let's just extend that out. Now, we said it was 2 for the overall width of it. So let's offset this line here by 2. Remember, we're working on the top view here. So we're going to go 2, like this. All right, I think we've got enough that we can get rid of these. And we'll put a line right here. I think there's a solid straight line. And actually, there's one here. Even though it's a little piece here, a little piece here, and a little piece here, it's from above, it still appears to be one line. So let's go ahead and draw this just like this. Now, we've got the slope here, which is here. Then we've got this piece down the middle, and then we've got, it's identical, it's symmetrical, so it's the same on the other side. We're looking for the width of this piece right here. It's saying these are equal. Both sides are equal here, and it's 0.75 in the middle. Okay, so let's think about that for a second. We need to have a rectangle here and a rectangle here. How about we make this rectangle first? So let's see. We're looking at a distance. Let me see if I can scoot that down a little bit. Looking at a distance of 0.75, which we saw. And actually, that's marked. Look, take a look. It's actually marked right here. So let's go ahead and let's put in a ray from here up, and that'll cover this whole thing right here. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna just go ahead and go back to. Actually, let's do this way. Let's trim this piece here and this piece here. And now let's just go ahead and take that and switch that back to here. And that becomes an object line right there. Now, we need to draw a line straight down the middle. And if we offset it, we should have that 0.75 right there. Or we could take the total of 2, subtract 0.75. That's a lot. Then we'd have to divide that number by 2. So what if we take 0.75, divide it in half, and see what that gives us so we can offset it? All right, let's go back to AutoCAD and let's pull up the calculator. CALC, there it is, calculator. There is a calculator built into AutoCAD. All right, let me bring it over. 0.75. And if we divide that by 2, that gives us 0.375. So let's put a line right down the middle. Oops, it looks like it's on the wrong layer here. And let's go ahead and offset it by 0.375 this way, and we'll do 1 this way. Now we can get rid of that. Let's make the calculator go away. And if we trim out this piece right here, I think we've got the shape. Now we just need to put in this hole, this slot they're calling it, and it goes all the way through. This slot, if you take 0.75 and you divide it by 3, you got 0.25 in the middle. That one I can do in my head here. So the width is 0.25. So if we offset 0.25 and 0.25, that'll give us the lines on each side here. Then we've got 0.5 and 0.5 here. All right, so let's see here. Offset. Let's do the 0.5 first. 0.5. We're going to offset this like that and like that. And then we need to do it again, 0.25 here. Now this isn't a complete line, so we'll just go like this, and then we'll extend it down. All right, so right in there is the slot. Let's just trim everything else out. And let's go ahead and delete those right there. I should save. All right, so we've got the slot. Now, this hole would not be visible from the top. Now, normally in an advanced class, we would show that as a hidden line, and then this drill hole also we'd see as a hidden line. But again, we're doing real basic work here, so we're not going to put those in for this drawing. So there's our top view. Now, if we're doing the split, it goes right down the middle, and it shows, well, in this case, I guess you would call that the right side of it. So that would be the top of this. So again, real basic. Let's go ahead and put a line right down the center from here to here. Oops, you know what? I gotta switch that back. A line from here to here. Now, normally that line would also have a particular texture to it. It would have dashes and dots and things. But again, we're going real basic here, so we're not going to do that. All right, so there's our cut line. We need to make it pop out a little bit. See how it pops out a little bit? And then we need to draw arrows on it. So let's see. Let's go to Modify, and over here we have a lengthen. Let's do a lengthen of 0.25. Actually, we did it wrong. I did it wrong. Lengthen, we need to click on Delta, and then we're going to do 0.25, and we'll extend the line out here and here. Just click on it. There you go. Let's make a line that is, let's say, 0.5 here. And then let's make an arrow, and then we'll just copy it right over here. All right, so let's go ahead and make an arrowhead. So let's see. 1/8 this way, and from the center up, 5/16. Connect the dots. Let's get rid of the center. And let's go ahead and put that on right there. Now, I am not going to put a solid fill in there for the hatch. If you want to, that means that you've been watching my video and paying attention, and I'm going to be very, very happy with you. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, now we got to put the letter A here and A there. So the cut AA. So let's get the multi-line text here. And let's go ahead and make a text box. Looks like it's going to be pretty big. It's at 2 inches here. Let's just do the letter A, capital A. Let's highlight it and swipe over this. Let's try 0.5. That looks like a good size, 0.5. All right, let's get the move tool, grab it, bring it over here. Let's put it kind of off a little bit like that. And let's get another one, copy it, bring it over here. Let's drop it right there, save. All right, so there's our front. Now, we've got to turn this. This is our, obviously this is the heart of how we want this thing to look. First thing is, let's go ahead and put a temporary line right here, and let's create a distance of 1.5, just like we did on the top. So offsetting this by 1.5. Now we can take this whole object, move it up so that it's perfect distance. Save. Now we got to turn this into a cross section. So let's see what we're working with here. This is solid oak wood, so that means it's not hollow inside. So we need to figure out that when this is cut in half, you'll see this circle, and you'll see this circle, and you'll actually see half of the slot. And everything's going to get a hatch in it because it's solid. All right. So we need to put the slot in. The slot goes all the way through. Let's throw a couple of rays in just to mark where the slot's going to go. right, so right there. So let's go back to here. Let's trim this off and this off. Get rid of those. And let's just convert these to something solid. There we go. All right, so there's the slot. Now we just need to put in the filler. So let's go to hatch. We have to show that this is a solid object that's been cut. So here's the hatch. We're going to go with number 31. Right now we're at an angle of 0 and 1. Let's see what that looks like. Actually, that looks perfect. Go here and here. Now remember, this doesn't get it because there's nothing there. There's a hole drilled, and then this is where the slot goes. We do leave the top and the bottom on it because on the second half, oops, where this is remaining, you have that line right there. So that's why this stays here. Okay, so let's go ahead and label this one more time. Let's grab one of these, bring it down. Let's place it right down here. And this is going to be section A /A. That's capital A. A /A. All right. That finishes that one up.